Today is Tuesday, December 19. I'm Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Luke chapter 1. He has performed mighty deeds with his arm. He has scattered those who are proud in their inmost thoughts. He has brought down rulers from their thrones, but has lifted up the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things, but has sent the rich away empty. He has helped his servant Israel, remembering to be merciful to Abraham and to his descendants forever, just as he promised our ancestors. Mary stayed with Elizabeth for about 3 months and then returned home. That's Luke chapter 1, verses 51 to 56. Here in Mary's song lies a dangerous heart of the gospel thread that ought rightly to make us uncomfortable. It is a thread that runs throughout the Bible. It perhaps begins in the story of Cain and Able as God asks Cain the question, "Where is your brother, Abel?" "Am I my brother's keeper?" Cain replies. "Yes, you are," God's response seems to say. In the Old Testament, this idea is enshrined in law. Love your neighbor as yourself, says Leviticus 19:18. Many other laws go on to spell out the implications in defense of the place and cause of the poor, the orphans, the widows, and the foreigners. These are the ways to love your neighbor as yourself. You are, in other words, your brother's keeper, and your sister's too. But sin is pervasive. The poor and weak are continually used and abused by the rich and powerful, even as Abel was slain by his brother. In the course of time, we come to the book of 1 Samuel, which Luke patterns his own gospel after. And after Hannah gives birth to Samuel and dedicates him to the Lord, she sings not such a different song than Mary will, a song that declares the great reversals that the Lord's justice will bring. The warriors are broken, but the weak are made strong. The full starve, and the hungry are filled. The Lord sends poverty and wealth. He humbles and he exalts. That's a song that echoes not only with Mary's song, but with Jesus' own oft-repeated refrain. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Why should this make us uncomfortable, though? Well, because in this world, we are the first. We are the rich. I am the rich one that might just need to be sent away empty then. And maybe the proud one and the ruling one sometimes too. The one who needs to be scattered and brought down in order for justice to be done. For the poor to be released from their bondage to the needs of my lifestyle. And for the resources of the creation to be liberated from the over-asking of my consumption. Of course, we ought not wait for God's judgment to level that playing field. As followers of Jesus, we are actively invited into this song of Mary as agents of God's justice in this world. We are invited to humble ourselves, to sell our possessions and give to the poor, even spending our very selves on behalf of the poor, our time, our talent, our treasures. Indeed, this call is actually nothing less than to die to ourselves, trusting God fully with everything, not just with our souls, but with our identity, our status, our security, our wealth as well, our very lives. Is this not what we're actually praying for when we ask for God's will to be done and for His kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven? A radical justice that levels out the blessings of creation so that everyone has enough? A new creation, a new humanity that keeps boundaries, brothers and sisters, and mutual love and dignity under the just rule of Jesus. Isn't that what we seek? Maybe that sounds radical. But Jacques Ellul, writing just after World War II, was convinced that nothing short of a radical shift in Christians' lifestyles like this would actually be able to crack through the walls of our culture and create a true missionary encounter within our own society. And I think he might be right. Mary, in her song, seems to think so too. Remember, as you ponder these things in your heart as Mary did in hers, remember that you also go with God's blessing. Though you walk in darkness, may you see great light. Though you live in a land of deep shadows, may you see sunbursts of light. May God increase your life, expand your joy. May you be glad in His presence. And may God give you the joy of a great celebration where there's the sharing of rich gifts and warm greetings.